The first topic that we are going to discuss is about Active Directory features or Entra. So do not get confused with the name convention here. So the name is just uh, Azure Active Directory, which has been mentioned here in the PPT, but it is actually Entra that we use now. So what is Azure Active Directory, or we can call Entra? With the new advancements from Microsoft, this has been renamed as Microsoft Entra. So, what is Entra or Azure Active Directory? It is a Microsoft multi-tenant cloud-based directory and identity management service. Here you have identity management capabilities and integration, and you can use on-prem directory. So, lot of things will be new to you. Just wait. All the concepts will be clear to you as we go ahead. So, your Active Directory or Microsoft Entra, which is from the cloud platform. So, you can combine the on-prem environment as well as Microsoft Azure Active Directory environment, that is on the cloud and the on-premises. You can easily combine. What is the benefit? So there are many single sign-on capabilities that you can provide for the user, or you can provide multi-factor authentication capabilities. So we are going to discuss the ways in which we can do so. Now, when we have Microsoft multi-tenant cloud-based directory services or identity management services, which is basically managing the identity. So let's go into the Azure portal and see how we can manage the identity. Now, this is my parent account where I have created a login. Now, when you create a login in Microsoft portal, you will get global administrator access. So, I am into Microsoft Entra. Now, here you can see since I have global administrator permission, so I get more of the options here. So how to get started with creating a new account? You can create your own free account on the Azure platform. So we have the create Azure free account option, where if you go and create Azure free account, you get around $200 for 1 month duration. Although they say 12 months, but for 1 month you can use all the services which are mentioned here. Which all services you can use? So here you have all the free services available. Like for 12 months duration, you can use these services like 750 hours of virtual machine, B1 S type. Okay, a particular variant of the virtual machine type of the virtual machine will be provided to you. Similarly, you have other services which are available for you always. So you can take the advantage of creating a free account on Azure. The process is very simple. The moment you click on start free, okay, it will get redirected where it will ask you to create credentials for your account like username and password, and then it will redirect you to further information where you have to click on use another account, create one, click on create one, and use another account. So just use, if you have an Outlook account, just type the Outlook account here and create an account using that credentials. So once you create an account on Microsoft Azure, at the end page they will ask you to they will ask for credit card or debit card information, and from that credit card or debit card they will deduct $1 or so. So less than a dollar usually, but $1 we can expect. So once $1 is deducted from your account, you are redirected in the account. So you have 200 US dollars within your account, and you can spin up the services. Just make sure once you spin up the services, you delete the services right away. Because what happens when you spin up a service, the bill gets generated, and you have from the $200 the bill will be actually paid, and once you run out of the $200, then they will charge you on your credit card or debit card information whatever you have provided. So make sure to delete the services right away. I will tell you how to delete the services as well. Now we are into my account. Here we have user groups, sections, etc. So if I go to this information here, that Azure Active Directory is now Microsoft Entra, that means it has been renamed. There are a lot of services which has been renamed. So we'll just open this link. Now the new name for Active Directory is Microsoft Entra. Now you here you can see the name of editions or licenses of Azure AD are also renamed as Microsoft Entra free license, P1 license, P2 license, all with the name of Entra. So you can take the reference of these links and get more insights there. Now we'll go back to the portal, and this is my default directory. Okay, so default directory, when so if you also create an account, that account you will be having a default directory and you will be the owner of that account. So we call the term owner here is referred as global administrator. So if you click on roles and administrator, what is the role that I am having? So here you can see your role section is there. I am a global administrator plus one other role. So everyone who owns the account, who creates an account on Azure portal, they are a global administrator. We'll go back to the roles and administrator section and let's explore more of the ideas here. So my primary domain is Ankita Jama Koenig Outlook dot on Microsoft.com. So I have created an account with Ankita Jama Koenig at the rate Outlook.com. So by default, Azure provides you dot on Microsoft.com as the default domain provided to you. And the license, since I am having a free account, the license is Microsoft ID free. So we will talk about the license part, but the most important thing is tenant here. So tenant is a representation of an organization. That means if I belong to a particular organization, this is my tenant. One accounts, more than one company you can say. So I can operate in the same account with more than one tenants to manage the user base of those organization as well. So more the organization, more the number of tenants that you have. Then we have users section. So lot of users are already there in my account. If I want to create the users, I can create users in my account as well. So a lot of users are there. So you can click on new user tab and you can create a new user. Similarly, we have the option of groups. We can create groups for our organization. So understand a point that this whole setup of Microsoft Azure is in a form of an organization. For example, in your company, you have 5 employees that join. So you will create 5 user IDs for those employees. So in the same hierarchical setup, we have the tenant, or we have the idea of users or group concept similar to the employee that you have. Employees, for each of the employee, we create a user ID. So now let's go to the tenant section. We have manage tenants here. If you have more than one tenants in your environment, so you can click on the manage tenant and view all the tenants that you have. So I have lot of tenants here. I can switch to any other tenant that I want, right? And one important thing that you must understand here is if I click on the user section, how many number of users I have. So I have the option of manage tenant here. I will click on manage tenant and I have lot of tenants. So I will just go to some other tenant like fibercorp dot on Microsoft.com and switch here. So I have switched on. Now here you can see the organization is fibercorp. Now if I search Entra here, so I will go to Microsoft Entra and click on the user segment. Only one user is there. So that tenant or that organization has 17 users. This tenant is a different organization which has only one user. one user or one group or one maybe resource which is spinning up. So tenant is a strict boundary of two organization operating and they are not linked to each other. I hope the idea of tenant would be clear as of now. Now how to switch back? You will go to the settings tab and switch to my directory, default directory. Just see the name, and we have switched back to our directory. Here we are in the default directory as you can see here. Now we'll go back again to Entra, and this is the account that we'll be operating on with more of the Entra permissions. Thank you everyone. Like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep learning.